So everybody, welcome to our seminar 2026. Okay, this year our seminar, it will be slightly different from the past. Okay, so let me brief you a little bit. During these 2 hours, what we're gonna do. Okay, so this year's seminar, we're gonna cover your Form 5 Chapter 1, 2. Today, these 2 hours, we will be covering Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. Okay, important questions and the answer also. So I will also teach you the way how to tackle the question and also how to memorize like the study method like this. Okay. But before that, just want to give you guys a disclaimer. I know a lot of you, your school exam until chapter 4, 5, 6, 7, or even some of you until Form 5 chapter 7. Now, I know you guys are expecting like, oh, teacher, I thought seminar you will cover a lot of things. No, because you need to understand I'm not superhero. You are also not superhero. You cannot absorb so many things. So within these 2 hours, I help you to cover chapter 1, 2, and then you just think positive lah. Chapter 1, 2, I cover the important parts with you already ma. So the chapter 3, 4, 5, 6, then you cover on your own. Chapter 1, 2 confirm will test one. It's just that different school they test until different chapters. Okay. Now, within these 2 hours, I will go through the exam format with you. I know you guys very familiar with your exam format, but I just want to give you guys some study tips on it. Okay, while I discuss the exam format with you. Okay. I will discuss with you how to prepare the exam. Okay. Especially right now, you are Form 5 level ma. You got a lot of things you need to study. Correct, right? Your SPM, you need to cover Form 4, Form 5 syllabus. That's a lot. So how do you prepare for your exam? So later I will explain a little bit. And then this year, we give you something special. Revision checklist. We prepare a revision checklist for you. And this year, we did not give you any notes. The reason why we don't give you notes is because we realize that most of the student, you guys, when you revision for Sejarah, you guys will always read notes or read textbook or read the reference book. You guys are very good in reading. But the thing is, you are lacking. You lack of practicing. You didn't practice. You didn't do latihan. You didn't really apply your knowledge. You got the head knowledge, but you didn't really apply it. So later, I will tell you what are the important questions you must learn, you know. So I prepared the checklist for you, lor. So that before you go for exam, you make sure you're able to answer all these questions. Meaning you prepare lah. You are prepared. Okay. You are prepared to go for exam. So this checklist is to like get ready. It's like a get ready pack. Okay. And then we will go through the KEDAULATAN question format. This one, we just want to give you guys a reminder lah. I know some of you know this already, but I just want to remind you guys there's a new type of KEDAULATAN question. And then we will focus a lot of latihan. We'll do a lot of latihan today. Okay, go through all the important questions. For those of you who wanted to give me answer, feel free to give me answer. I love to spam by you guys, but don't spam me all those weird questions. You can spam me questions and spam me with answers. Okay, please do so. Okay, if you know the answer. It's good that you practice your knowledge. Okay, and then lastly, this one here, I give you guys a lot of KEDAULATAN question example at the end of the notes, but I put it in a QR code format. Everybody can hear me to write down? I put it in the QR code because we want to make you guys easier to access the notes. Okay, because I realized that a lot of students, they love to press phone. You like to scroll your Instagram reels. I don't know what TikTok, Telegram. I don't know, like you guys face the social media. So why not? I put this into a QR code so that when you go out makan with your parents later, you can also scan the QR code and read the KEDAULATAN question and the answer. I mean, it's easier for you to access. Okay? So far, so good, everybody. Are you guys clear? So this is basically the whole flow, the whole thing about the notes. So right now, let's go through the exam format. I know you guys very, very familiar with it. You know all these things, but I just want to give you guys some quick is it I would say suggestion. Okay, suggestion from a senior. I don't treat my I don't think I'm a teacher to you right now. I'm a senior. Okay, I experienced SPM before. So let me give you some tip lah. Okay, this one is a study tip. You go and read through on your own. I just want to emphasize two things. Number one, you really need to set a goal. Set a goal for yourself based on your own progress. Okay, maybe this time you tell yourself, I need to improve like 10 to 20 marks, or maybe you need to achieve 80, 90, A plus. You need to set a goal. Whether it's a small one or big one, you need to set a goal. Or at least you tell yourself that you need to complete what chapter by this week. You know, some small goals like this. It not necessarily must be a mark. You know, it's not doesn't really need to be a result. It can be something like, oh, I want to finish this chapter by this week, the revision. Something like that. You need to set a goal, or else you will lose focus and you have no motivation to study. Number two, time yourself. Time management is very important. This one, really, guys, speaking from experience, a lot of students, they always get panicked. Why? Cannot finish. Right now, you guys still early lah, still chill lah, huh? Trust me, when you go when you like during like you guys are having trial on August, in August. So maybe during June, July, you will start to panic because you start to realize that you're not enough time to study. So everybody, manage your time well. Time management is important. Now, what does it mean, time management? Number one, don't study last minute. You know yourself lah, guys. You know your level also. And you know that how many subjects you take in your SPM. You cannot last minute study. So manage your time. That's why I say this both is like working together one. Set a goal. Tell yourself every week you need to study until what chapter. Okay? Mini goals like that. Or at least tell yourself, after your school teacher or tuition teacher finish one chapter, you need to at least complete some latihan. Or maybe finish something, do some latihan objective. Some goal like that. And then time yourself. Manage your time. Now, what does it mean manage your time? I believe some of you already bought some model paper exercises, buku latihan, reference book, stuff like that, and you plan to start your revision now. Correct? Can I encourage you? Really time yourself. Example, when you do the model paper question or any buku latihan, when it comes to objective question, if let's say it's a 40 question, like you do chapter 1, 40 question, one set, time yourself. Because trust me, everything will start change. Because you see, a lot of time people feel demotivated, or maybe you will see people, you will also feel this, like not say other people. You yourself will also feel this. You study, but halfway you feel like you cannot finish the syllabus. You can't finish one chapter within 1 week. Like you are like dragging. It's like you're slacking. Why? Because you take it too chill. No goal, no purpose, no intention. You just study for the sake of studying. Because exam coming soon, study low, no choice. So you take it very chill. And then like next week is exam ready, only you start to realize, shit lah, I only studied one chapter. I still got 4 chapters for Sejarah. Shit. You understand what I'm saying? So you need to time yourself. Tell yourself, within 1 hour, I need to complete one set. Because this is the minimum. This is the benchmark, you know. You know what is benchmark? This is like the standard time. You see your exam paper 1. Your paper 1, 40 objective question, 40 marks, 1 hour. So time yourself. So you can use like 1 hour to do the objective question. Sometimes you do it very fast because you tembak. Then, example, let's say you use up 30 minutes to complete one set. Then you use another 30 minutes. Tell yourself, use another 30 minutes to mark the paper. And if there is a mistake, you know, the answer wrong, everything, do revision, recap. Find out why this question is donkey, not C. Use another 30 minutes. After 30 minutes later, move on to the second section. Don't chillax already. Masa itu emas. You got so many things you study. This time management applies to every single subject, not just for Sejarah. And I want to tell you guys one thing. Time management is super important because you need to understand you are not Superman. you cannot focus 100% throughout the 1 hour, 2 hour revision session. So it's important for you to time yourself, manage your time. Tell yourself within these 30 minutes, okay, you focus. Then after that, you take a break. Then you focus on paper 2. Stuff like that. Try and see. You will see your revision is getting more effective. Rather than you spend one whole day revision Sejarah, only complete 1 chapter. But now you with a goal and your time management is good, then you will achieve the goal. Yeah. I guess with me, this is really a study tips. This is like helping you to prepare for your SPM. Now, paper 2. Paper 2, you guys know lah, got 4 questions here. Structure. Bahagian A is what we call the structure question. And you need to answer all. I believe you guys know. And then for bahagian B is what we call the essay. 5 questions. You need to answer 3. Of course, you can answer extra if you have extra time. But the minimum is 3. Because the rule says that you need to answer 3. If you got extra time during the exam, you can feel free to do extra. No harm, no harm. Just do. But always remember, choose the most 3 confident first. Do the one that you're very confident with first. Okay? So everybody, I just want to give you guys another tip. Like, I realize a lot of students, I don't know about you guys. Some of you here, I know you are very good in Sejarah. Very good. Keep it up. But some of you here, you're very easily demotivated. Or maybe you struggle. You struggle in memorizing the points. You realize that you cannot memorize everything. Correct? Am I right? I believe some of you here, you face this thing. You realize that no matter how much you study, you just cannot remember everything. It's very normal. Can I encourage you? Every single time when you memorize the huraian, the fakta, I will encourage you guys to memorize everything. Fakta is the key point. You need to memorize everything. But when it comes to elaboration, huraian, that's a lot, sometimes. You cannot finish, it's normal. So can I encourage you, when it comes to huraian, can you at least memorize 2? Minimum 2 to 4. When it comes to memorizing the huraian. Why? Let me prove it to you. Because you think like this, when you do the structure question, do you know the marks? I believe you guys are very familiar with the soalan structure. You know that one question is 10 marks. And you know the structure question got A, B, C ma. And your A, B, C normally for structure question is 2 marks to 4 marks. Everybody, are you guys with me? How about essay? Essay normally is how many marks? Come on, you do the Sejarah paper for 2 years already. This is your 2nd year for SPM. Yeah, one question, 20 marks then. Each part, how many marks? Part A, B, C. Normally 60. No, my dear. What I'm asking is each question is 20 marks. Yes. But one question, the A, B, C, each part is maybe like a 6 marks to 8 marks can. Or maybe sometimes 4 marks. Correct. Thank you. Yep. Correct. You're not wrong. 488 or maybe 688 or 668. Stuff like that. This kind of combination number. What I'm trying to show you here is, guys, why I always encourage my student to memorize 2 points, minimum 2 points, maximum 4 points. If you can memorize everything, go ahead. But if you really cannot, don't stress yourself. Tell yourself 2 to 4. Why? See, imagine the question is asking you, it's a structure question. They ask you about the ciri-ciri, the fakta, or kesan-kesan. You remember 2 to 4 points, ma? So okay lah, 2 marks. If the question asking you for 2 marks, 2 points, 2 marks. If the question asking you for 4 points, you memorize 2 to 4 points, 4 marks, all get it. Full marks Semua you hentam lah. Boleh dapat semua markah lah. Then when you go for essay, at least you don't miss out. I mean, it's better than you write something, you're able to give me 4 points. Better than nothing. Are you with me? Because I realize that some students, they cannot memorize, they just give up. They leave it blank. Don't leave it blank. And don't rely on tips too much. Because sometimes the tips is not accurate. So be prepared for everything. That's what I will encourage you guys to do. So how do you prepare everything? Everything you study 2 to 4 points first. when you really receive the tips and then it's a very accurate and then you only satu kali hantam memorize everything. But make sure you every single topic, you know what is the important question, and the huraian you at least remember 2 to 4 points. And again, time yourself. So from now onwards, everybody, when you do structure, essay for sejarah, time. Tell yourself within 30 minutes, you need to finish one essay. 120 mark question. Have you tried before? You need to start to time yourself. Time management is a skill you need to learn. That's why I start this year. I start to tell you guys early. Normally, I tell the student during the final seminar. But I decided this year I tell you guys early lah. Okay? These are the two things I want to emphasize. The rest of it, you read on your own huh? Everybody, are you guys good with this one? So these are the study tips that I want to share with you all. Speaking from experience. Okay. Everybody, you good? Is there any question you want to ask about the exam format? About anything you're not sure, unclear? Okay, all good. All good, press 1. For those who reply me, thank you so much for your answers. I appreciate that. The rest of you, if you guys got a question, just ask, yeah. Don't paiseh, yeah. Don't shy, yeah. Shy, you rugi, yeah. Okay, good. Now, let's look at the checklist here. Now, what we will do is, what's the best way to memorize? I would say it's really depending on your study method, your learning method. If you are a reading person, some people, they just read like repeatedly, they can remember. But I'm not the kind of person that read and then remember. I will sleep. Sometimes I read a lot, I will sleep. So what I will do is I will write. Instead of just reading, I will write it down. And how do I encourage myself to write it down? Because sometimes you do nota very boring. So I do latihan. Do more practice. Practice makes permanent, not perfect. Sometimes you can't score perfect marks, but at least you remember. The more you do the practice, the more you do the latihan, you repeat it a lot of times already, you will get used to it. The moment you see the chiri, automatically you know what is the answer. That's how you memorize. Just like how you train yourself, muscle memory. Repeat lor, practice lor. So you need to identify what's your learning method. You monitor yourself and see. Some people, they just read, they can remember everything. That is good. You are lucky. But I would say most of the people, they are a writing person. I'm a writing person. That's why I do latihan. That's why I also want to encourage you guys to do latihan. Okay? So come, let's continue with the checklist. Now, I know some of you will say, but teacher, I study a lot, I do a lot, I still cannot remember. It's because, again, go back to the study tip. You have no goal. What is your goal? If you don't know what is your goal, I give you the goal. Every single time you do revision, you come back to the checklist. Form 5, Chapter 1. Do you really remember what you studied just now? Just now, some of you say, teacher, I finished Chapter 1 revision, but I cannot remember. So, right now, test yourself. Before you go for exam, make sure you really remember the maksud kedaulatan. Don't remember, practice it out. What if I draw the hulayan a stick man? I don't understand what you're saying. Sorry. You say draw the hulayan. Are you trying to say mind map? Are you trying to say in a mind map, you draw a mind map about the notes? I mean, again, it's go back to your study method. It's up to you. Yeah, as long as it helps you to remember, it is a good method for you. It's your learning style. I'm just here to give you suggestion. So as long as you feel comfortable and you're able to remember and memorize, go ahead. It's not wrong. It's not illegal, what? Okay? Can you want to draw comic also can. But as I said, remember your goal. You need to make sure you understand. Don't draw halfway, you draw something else. Go and play with your friends already. Remember, stick with your goal, time management. Tell yourself, within this 30 hours, I need to finish all the drawing part. Don't draw until like you draw one whole week still at chapter 1. Again, go back. Alignment must be there. Alignment. Okay? Everybody, come, let's look at this one. Maksud kedaulatan. For 5 chapter 1 and for 1.1. For 1.1, you need to remember 2 things. Let me see. 3 things. Maksud kedaulatan, tarif kedaulatan, and jenis kedaulatan. These are the 3 things that you need to really remember. And of course, this one, the pandangan tokoh, first term exam important. But when it comes to SPM, this kind of question, not important. Normally asked in objective. First term exam, your first term exam, very important. Because your first term exam only tested a few chapters. So your teacher might ask you this tokoh-tokoh opinion about kedaulatan meaning in the structure. Sometimes. Are you guys with me? So before you go for exam, make sure after you finish your chapter 1 revision, make sure you really, really remember what is the meaning of kedaulatan. Now, right now, guys, check. Do you still remember what is the meaning of kedaulatan? This is a general question. Yes. Okay, so give me answer. What do you remember? Remember, kedaulatan is talking about power. So power. So what is the keyword? What's the keyword here? Kuasa tertinggi. Kuasa tertinggi. Okay, it's about kuasa tertinggi. Good. And what? Kewibawaan. And what? Rights. Kewibawaan, bebas daripada penjajahan British. That one should be bebas daripada penjajahan British. Okay, you say bebas daripada penjajahan British, it's not correct already. Because that is not a general explanation. It's very specific already. Can you see that? And bebas daripada penjajahan British, I believe is more towards your form 4. The nationalism. And I would say that is one of the tokoh-tokoh, their explanation there. Because the general explanation, the meaning is kuasa tertinggi, kewibawaan, kewibawaan to control the government, kewibawaan melaksanakan pemerintahan, and hak melaksanakan pemerintahan. So, yes. Later we will go through, don't worry. So you see, you need to remember at least this 3 things. If you remember, then you take. If some of you cannot remember, it's time to do revision. Then you go and study the particular part. Again, time yourself. Within 15 minutes, you need to remember all these keywords. Okay? Then number 2, takrif kedaulatan based on language. Based on the language Yunani, English, Arab, Melayu. Still remember all those words? Kedaulatan, if you translate it into Greek, Yunani, what's the word? It's called super anus. Very good. Super anus. Super nous also can. Yep. I go for super anus can. In exam, you just write one. You don't need to write both. English is sovereignty, correct? And then the next one, Arab is daulah. Melayu, daulat. Melayu, the word is daulat, what? And then you just remember Arab, Islam, daulah, Allah. Remember like this. English, sovereignty, reign. The power to rule, the power to reign. R-E-I-G-N. And then Yunani is super anus. Yeah, you need to remember these keywords and then you need to remember the meaning. It's always related to the power. So if you don't remember, revision again. And then now, this concept is about the leaders. Okay, the leaders you really cannot remember, totally understand. So this one I didn't highlight because to be really honest, in SPM, this one, no, seldom asked. But later we will go through together. So this is the checklist. And jenis kedaulatan. When we talk about power, we remember who has the power. Hello, who has the power to rule the government, to control the kingdom and everything? The answer is the king. Do you know, you remember the power? The king has the power. It means kedaulatan traditional. Yes, everybody. When we say that the type of kedaulatan, jenis kedaulatan, we have kedaulatan traditional, which is referring to the king, and kedaulatan modern is referring to the people today. Today we still have king, but at the same time the citizens have the rights. The question about the tokoh won't ask in SPM. My dear, I want a disclaimer. What I say is they will ask in SPM, but mostly in objective, sometimes in structure. They don't really ask in essay. They don't really ask in essay in SPM. Okay. Sorry. There's something pop up in my laptop. It's very distracting. Anyways, kedaulatan undang-undang, the law, and then antarabangsa. These are all the power we have. The types of power we have. The traditional one, modern, And the law has the power, and international level, we also have power. And your 1.2, chapter 1 and 2 is very easy one, okay? So chapter 2, 1.2, sorry. Chapter 1.2 is only focused on this one. The ciri-ciri negara berdaulat. What are the characteristics when a country has the power? Remember, kedaulatan and berdaulat is the same thing. It's come from the word daulat, it means power. So when a country has the power, what are the characteristics? When the country has the power, it means that we have the power to have our own government leadership. Okay, pemerintah means leadership. Am I right? When you have the government, the Cici Negara Berdaulat and Sempadan means what? Sempadan means the location, the area, because you have the borderline. You have the borderline means you have your own area, your own place, wilayah. And then you have the law, and you have the people. Are you guys with me? So these are the things that showing you that when our country has the power. And then you can, sometimes your teacher will ask you this question. Malaysia, we very special, our government leadership, we have the king and also democracy leadership. Okay? Now the next one over there. The next one over there is kepentingan. The importance of having a negara yang berdaulat. Importance to have a country that has power. Why is it so important? Kepentingan in this case, you can understand in that way is like benefit. So think like this, when your country is having the power, we have the power and the greatest power, kuasa tertinggi. So what's the benefit? The benefit is what? We can manage the government effectively. Correct? We don't need to rely on others. We don't need to ask British permission. We don't need to rely on them. We don't need to, nobody campur tangan in our government. We can plan our policy. Same thing goes to economy. All the money goes to our own country. Like we don't need to, our economy is not controlled by outsiders. We can plan and develop our own economy situation, right? Control everything by our own. Social, same thing. You see, last time you're from Sejarah, your British control us, control the school. Don't allow us to open a lot of schools, actually. So, yeah. But right now, we can plan our own social. We can develop our own social. We can build our own school, decide what language we should speak. You know, that makes unity. So all these things is the importance of having the power. When the country has the power, we're able to control government, economy, and social. And the last one is about relationship. Hey guys, when you have the power, we can decide which country we want to connect with. Last time, British is the one that control our hubungan luar. We cannot simply sign contract with outsiders. We need to ask the British officer first. Just think like this. When we talk about negara yang berdaulat, it's just like in future, when you independent on your own. When you reach my age, do you need to ask your parents' permission to do something? You don't need to. You can handle, you can manage your own life, you can earn your own money, buy your own house, car. You want to buy iPhone also can. You know, you want to buy your PS4, whatever, Nintendo. You don't need to ask people because you can control your economy on your own. This is what we call power. Remember in that way. Okay, social, you can decide your social circle. You can decide which friend you want to make friends with. You can choose your future partner. You don't need to ask your mom and dad. But when you're underage, your daddy, mommy can control you, of course. I guess with me, can remember like that. And the last one is langkah-langkah. How do we defend our power, the authority? Now listen here. This langkah-langkah mempertahankan kedaulatan negara sometimes is a bit tricky because the question will tell you, can you tell me the perspective based on leader, pemerintah, and the citizen? Meaning your answer got two types of answer. One is based on the leader. What did the leader needs to do? What are the langkah-langkah that needs to taken by the leader to defend the authority? And then for citizen, what do we need to do? For example, when we talk about the steps, what do we need to do to defend the authority, the power, is we need to make sure stable politics and develop economy. So as a government leader, what he needs to do when it comes to stable the politics and develop the economy is he must not rasuah as a leader. Correct? Make sense? He cannot be rasuah. He needs to manage the government well, you know, and then he needs to make sure the economy, everything, the wealth distribution, everything is fair and square, so that everybody enjoy the benefit. Yes, agih kekayaan dengan adil. Yes, just like what I mentioned in English. It must, the wealth distribution must be fair for everybody. As a leader, he needs to do that. How about as a citizen? As a citizen, when the government did anything like plan any government policy, we need to support, menyokong. As a citizen, we need to be loyal, setia, correct. So you need to give me these two, you see, two different perspective answer. That's what I find it very difficult, personally. Because a lot of students, I don't know about you guys, this is what I experienced with the past year student. Your senior, your ex-seniors. They all give me their own answer. Because this question looks like kebat. What langkah to defend the authority is not kebat. Your textbook will give you relevant answers. For the politik economy, perpaduan patriotisme, and pertahanan. You need to be careful with it. Again, you cannot memorize everything. At least two. Memorize minimum 2 for each huraian. I guess with me? So this is basically your chapter 1. The important question that I will, that you need to make sure you know before you go for your exam. So if you're able to, if you remember all these things, you're able to answer all these questions, congratulations. You are very confident with your chapter 1. So right now, let's spend some time to write, to do the latihan. As I told you, I'm not a reading person. I will only read when I totally don't remember. I langsung tak ingat. Example, I don't remember. Example, maybe langkah. I don't remember every single thing. Okay, then maybe I'm very insecure. I go and study the textbook. But I will only make sure I study this. And I will time myself. I don't study too much. As I told you, I will lose focus. So you know last time how I time myself? I will go buy the Daiso. You know the Daiso clock. Last time it's 5 ringgit but now got the tax. I think 5 something already. Yeah, buy the clock, the mini clock. I buy the pink color one. Really, I will time myself. Very serious. Because I cannot focus. I will easily distracted. I like to sleep. When I study at home, I like to sleep. If I see my pillow, my bed, soft toy, I will like, okay, I want to relax a bit, you know. Cannot. So you need to focus, time yourself. Okay, that's what I will encourage you guys to do. So everybody, if you guys have no question, and for those of you who haven't received your book, you screenshot already. Now, shall we move on to the latihan? Now, for the latihan, I also I follow your paper lor. Then paper 1 is all objective ma. So I give you all the objective. Only chapter 1, chapter 2 Don't expect too much. So I give you the chapter 1, chapter 2 latihan. So you finish already. Congratulations. Then you can move on to the latihan here. Let's go to page number 12. I will not do every single question. I will do like the important parts one. Okay, the important one. So are you guys ready? If you're ready, press 1. Come on. If you are on that page and you are ready to write the answer together with me. Page 1. Come on, let's do this. Are you with me, everybody? You good? Okay, good. Now, let's look at this one here. Question number 1. Very typical question. Concept 1.1. 1.1 got 4 important parts. So the first question is maksud kedaulatan. So how do you write the sentence? Okay, first thing first, you know how I study? Because I understand some of you here, your BM very weak. And then you find it very boring to memorize everything, very stressful also, because your BM is weak. So what I will encourage those BM very weak students do is catch the keyword first. Remember just now I write 3 keywords. When we talk about kedaulatan, it's about power. What's the 3 things that talks about power, rights? We mentioned 3K. Is it 3K? Sorry, 2K and 1H. Yes, kewibawaan. Kuasa tertinggi lah, kuasa and hak. Everybody? That's what I will do. Back then, my BM very bad one. And you want me to memorize the whole paragraph, I will die. I will give up. Really. Giving up is very easily one. Really. Give up is very easy. But when you want to, overcome it, it's not easy. So I understand the process. So we break down. You cannot memorize the full sentence. It's okay. We memorize the first one. The first keyword first. Okay, you remember already. Okay, continue. Then we need to elaborate in sentence. So how do you start your sentence? For those of you don't know how to start your sentence, your BM very bad. Copy the question only. Quick. Maksud kedaulatan ialah kekuasaan tertinggi. Or kuasa tertinggi is the same thing. Yeah, simple sentence like this, you get 1 mark already. I know some of your school teacher, they want you to write the selain itu pernanda wacana. Go ahead, everybody. As I said, right now you are having school exam. Whatever your school teacher teach you is not wrong, but I'm teaching you the simple method, the easiest method to score. Because as I said, ultimately I prepare you guys to SPM. So yes, as long as SPM accept, I will teach you. Your school teacher teach you all those like selain itu, all those very, some school teacher, they even want the student to write the kesimpulanan. Then you follow lah. Structure question, we need to selain itu or other penanda wacana, right? If your school teacher say so, say yes, you need to write. But if you ask me, SPM, we don't focus on that. SPM markers are not that strict. As long as you give me kuasa tertinggi, 1 mark. And then you continue. So I will not write any penanda wacana because it depends on your school teacher. You follow your school teacher style. For now, because of the time limit, I will just directly give you the answer. Okay? But I will make sure it's complete sentence. So kedaulatan is also referring to what? Ialah kewibawaan sesebuah. I see a lot of you give me negara yang bebas, correct? But you don't need to mention bebas daripada penjajahan because right now we are not referring to Malaysia, but we are referring to like a general explanation. Yes. So negara yang bebas, correct? See? You just need to add a few more words. It's about the ability of a country that is freedom. So kedaulatan means the ability, for a country that is freedom, like the power that a freedom country owns. When you are free, you only have this ability and power. You are independent. Kedaulatan. Ialah, or you can use another way lah. Adalah mempunyai. Kedaulatan means we have the rights to melaksanakan pemerintahan dan pentadbiran. Okay? The rights to execute the leadership and the management. This is leadership. This is management. Both related to government. Means the rights to control your government, the rights to do the policies. Are you guys with me? So in SPM, it's very simple one. For SPM, but your school teacher, I understand you want to put the penanda wacana, go ahead, okay? So far so good? Right now, let's do an essay. The essay question, takrif kedaulatan. They give you a very short, simple question. Can I tell you something here? Takrif is actually called meaning. I repeat, takrif, it means maksud. So which means the same thing. Wow, the same question asks you 2 times. So you need to look at the marks. You see, the marks is asking you, the marks is 8 marks question. So yes, this is the moment you need to give me all the different languages, like the meaning of Kedaulatan in what language? Do you still remember the 4 language? If you're able to state the 4 language out, Yunani, English, Arab, and Melayu, congrats. Then you get 4 marks already. Yeah, really, because the question did not mention ma. If the question got mentioned, please explain. Jelaskan tarikh kedaulatan dalam Yunani, Melayu, Arab, English. Then okay lah, no points ah. But because the question didn't mention, they just ask you explain the meaning of kedaulatan, 8 marks. Then you can give me. You can write like this. Based on berdasarkan bahasa Yunani, comma. Actually, you need to continue the sentence here, but because I want to show you 1 mark, you know, the 1 mark. So I will separate. I mean, I will move on to the next sentence. Next part second line Okay. So you see kedaulatan. It's continue the sentence but I move it to the second line because I want to show you its second mark. Kedaulatan ialah super anus. And then you're telling me maksudnya ialah agung atau tertinggi. Like this, you get 3 marks here. Remember, super anus. Super. Like super duper good with something, So yeah. Merujuk kepada negara yang bebas dan merdeka. As long as it's in your notes, you can write that. But I don't choose that is because it's too long. I choose this. Easier ma. 1 or 2 words only. Understand? I choose this Okay. Now, for the next one, you can continue use back the same format. Dalam bahasa English English, yes. Kedaulatan is sovereignty. Correct? And the meaning itself, the word itself means what? Sovereignty means that the country is having the power, the full power. Kuasa penuh to control the leadership. The full power to control and own the kingdom lah. The ownership, full ownership in other words. Guys, what I'm trying to show you here is, you see it's not difficult to score essay. I mean, score full marks in essay. Very easy one, as long as number 1, you remember the keyword. You remember the keyword and you just need to form simple sentence like what I did just now. Of course, some of you here, you're very expert, then just do your normal way. But I'm here to encourage those that find it very difficult to score. I understand what's your situation. In real exam, are we allowed to write this way or we have to write horizontal from left to right? I also write horizontal, bro. From left to right. Are you saying, as I said, hey, hello, I told you already, you need to write everything in one, paragraph, okay? Let me disclaimer, okay? We need to write everything in one paragraph, but here I'm showing you how many marks. Because later I don't want to like, oh, this one mark. So I separate that. I separated them based on the marks. Are you with me? The rest of you, are you guys good? So right now it's very clear law. You see, oh, 1 mark here, 1 mark. But actually it's one sentence, yeah. So in your exam, you need to combine everything, only one paragraph. Yes, means you continue right only. And your teacher, why your teacher asking you guys to put the Penanda Wacana is because you squeeze everything in one paragraph, ma. Some of you, your handwriting is also not that nice. So, the Penanda Wacana is like an indicator telling your teacher, okay, it's the next point. That's the reason why your teacher asking you to put the Penanda Wacana. Are you with me? So some of you here, you want to put Penanda Wacana, go ahead. But I'm teaching you the easiest method lah. Are you with me? Okay. You don't need to write like this in the exam. If you are asking this way lah. Okay? Any more else? Any more questions? Now, if you guys have no question, then continue, please. In Malay? Malay pula. I read Arab first. Actually, not important one, the sequences. Yes. The word kedaulatan is come from. I changed another way lah. Berasal daripada perkataan daulah. Full stop. The word daulah bermaksud. The word daulah bermaksud kuasa pemerintahan sesebuah kerajaan. And then in your Malay, I mean, kedaulatan is Malay word, what, right? So it's referring to the word called daulat. And daulat, it means kekuasaan pemerintah negara. Everybody, while you guys are copying, I want you guys to notice one thing. Except for the super anus is a bit unique. Okay, as you can see, the name also very unique. Other than that, your English, Arab, and the Malay word, the meaning of the word is the same meaning, if you do notice. It's all about the power to control the leadership, the full power of the government, the power to control the government, the power to control the leadership of the country. Kuasa pemerintahan. Everybody, do you notice that? This is the way how you should study. Find the pattern, remember the keyword, and then write simple sentence will do. So you need to understand, every single time you see the word kedaulatan, it means power. No matter it's berdaulat, daulat, or kedaulatan, the word daulat, it means power. Kuasa tertinggi. You need to remember that first. Understand it is power, and then remember the keyword. So understand, very important, remember. Starts to remember, catch all these keywords, practice it out. Kuasa pemerintahan, agung tertinggi, kuasa pemerintahan, agung tertinggi. Practice it out, right? You want to draw mind map also can. Are you guys with me? So this is the practice here. Don't worry, I won't do, this is 12 marks. Oh yeah, total is 12 marks. But the maximum is only 8 ma. Yes, this one is more than enough. Wow, good question. Can I copy the question from, the answer from the above if I forgot the below one? If the question did not mention dalam bahasa Melayu, if the question asked in like in a very general way like this, takrif kedaulatan, yes, you may do so. But if the question got mentioned dalam bahasa Yunani everything, sorry, you are not allowed to do so. That's why you see, guys, I did not ask you to memorize every single thing. Two. Two huraian, if you do notice. I know your quota. Okay? Now, everybody, please screenshot for those of you who haven't finished. It's time to move on to the second part. Your chapter 1 very long. We need to go through a lot. Is it okay to write more points like 8 marks question? Like an 8-mark question, you write 12 points? Can. You can write extra points, my dear. Why not? It's okay one. No worries one. In Sejarah, there's no wrong cancel right. You ask a very important question. The answer is yes. You can write extra answer. Example like this one, 8 marks. You can give extra points. Okay, any more questions? Same thing applies to KEBAT. KEBAT, 8 marks, you can give extra, then give extra. Okay, now guys, if you have no question, then shall we move on to this one? So actually, this one I plan to skip. Can I skip? Okay, like you know what? I better do one question. I do one part for you. Okay, we do one part, and then this one, you do it on your own. Are you guys good? So I will do selective question, not doing every single thing. So let's look at your 1.1 here. It's talking about the pandangan tokoh. Pandangan tokoh, you really need to remember something lah. Now, pandangan tokoh, okay, remember this thing. Every single kedaulatan is talking about power. The moment you see kedaulatan is always talking about the power. This is the general meaning. But right now, they want you to explain based on all these leaders. What is their opinion? I will say that most of the leaders, when they talk about kedaulatan, it's always related to power. So it means they will repeat the word kuasa, kuasa tertinggi, all these keyword will repeat it. But except Tunku Abdul Rahman. Put a star there and write down there. Tunku Abdul Rahman, the special leader. He likes to describe another way. Okay? So, I will give you guys the keyword only, guys. I will give you the keyword and you go and form the sentence. Are you guys okay with this one? But because if I write everything together with you, you're not enough time to complete everything. So, what did Aristotle? Aristotle is the very first leader that give the explanation about kedaulatan concept. So he mentioned that kuasa tertinggi. He said that kedaulatan is the kuasa tertinggi for our government system. Point number 1. When we say a country that has kedaulatan, meaning he has the power to control the pemerintahan. Mempunyai kuasa tertinggi dalam pemerintahan negara. You just form the sentence. Start the sentence with kedaulatan ialah apa? Yes, number 2. Now, you see, Aristotle even mentioned that when the country has the full power, it doesn't mean that he can do whatever he wants. It is bind with law. Thank you. Terikat oleh undang-undang. It is bind with law. Meaning, yes, he has the power, but it doesn't mean that he can do whatever he wants. The government can do whatever they want. They also need to follow the rules. It's under the law. But Tunku Abdul Rahman, they do something different lah, Tunku Abdul Rahman, what did he do? He said that the reason why today we have kedaulatan is really because of what? Is based on 2 principles. Freedom. The reason why today we got power is because of freedom and justice. See? He did not mention power. He mentioned that the reason why kedaulatan today, we have kedaulatan because berdasarkan is based on the principle of freedom and also justice. He tried to be unique lah. And then he said that when we have the authority and the power, we need to fight. Memperjuang kebajikan and kesejahteraan rakyat. We need to fight for our citizens' benefit, social benefit, and the peace. That's what they say. 1, 2, 1, 2. 4. So some of you here, I understand you lazy to do exercise. I know you lazy, you no time. It's just trying need to write a lot. Can I encourage you? You don't write, you lazy to write all the full sentence, but at least you write the keyword down. And make sure you know how to form the sentence and combine all the points together. Are you with me? Don't worry, I will give you the full sentence answer. By the time you end of the seminar, you will receive it. I think it's at the folder there. We will upload lah. We will upload. Are you guys good? Okay? That's all. For 1.2. Come, let's look at the, 1.1. Let's look at the jenis kedaulatan. I will do the part B only. Don't worry, I will not give you copy the full, we will just write the keyword. So this is what I will do, guys. I know some of you here, you feel a bit demotivated if you want to do a lot of latihan, especially those sejarah very bad one, like you don't understand the sejarah already and you need to do the latihan and you need to practice a lot. I know it's a bit hard and difficult. Okay, it feels demotivated. So what I will encourage you guys to do is, you got the answer with you. No matter you're using my buku or you buy your own buku latihan, definitely you got the answer behind, right? So what you will do is, you just read the answer, and then you write down the keywords on the latihan part. Example, I give you the answer. Let's say right now this is your buku latihan, and the question is asking you, terangkan bentuk kedaulatan. Bentuk means what? The type of kedaulatan we have in our country. So you read the question already, you know they're asking you the type of kedaulatan. Hey, we got how many types of kedaulatan guys? Actually, in total, we got how many? 4, right? Correct. So if you remember the 4, bentuk means jenis. The 4 types of kedaulatan you know already, right? Then you quickly write down. Yes, modern, traditional, antarabangsa, and undang-undang. So if you remember, good. If you don't remember, it's okay. Don't feel discouraged. Come, let me teach you the lazy method. I told you I don't read textbook. The more I read, the more I confuse, the more I feel tired. I want to sleep. So what I will do is, I will read the answer. So example, when you go to the buku jawapan there, the jawapan session there. Example, this is the answer. Of course, you buy the buku latihan, the buku latihan won't give you the full answers. Let's say this is the answer. I know you guys lazy to copy the full answer, but can I encourage you? Write down the short notes. Meaning, write down the keyword. When we talk about the bentuk kedaulatan, okay, 4 types ma. So you give me the 4 types first. So you remember there's a traditional. And then you leave some space. And then you write modern. Then you leave some space. Modern and then undang. Kedaulatan undang-undang. Antarabangsa. Congratulations, everybody. If you remember these 4 words, 4 points already. 4 marks already. Because this is what we call the fakta. Fakta 1, fakta 2, fakta 3, fakta 4. Okay, now it's the huraian. I know you guys cannot remember, so I give you the answer. So you need to tell me that in the traditional kedaulatan concept, who has the power? You need to tell me the government has the power and the king has the power. Correct, the king has the power. So you need to tell me the king has the power. And how do you describe the power? Hey, back then the king, back then the king got power. Today also got power. What's the differences? The traditional kedaulatan tells you the king has the full power and able to control everything. Menguasai segala urusan, everything, including your life. That's what they mean. Kuasa mutlak, full power. You want to say sepenuh also can, segala sepenuh okay. But the keyword here, guys, mutlak cannot change. Cannot change to kuasa penuh, try not to. And then the contoh, I told you just now, is the king got the power. So you need to tell me that the contoh kedaulatan traditional today is Kedaulatan Raja Raja Melayu. So you see, you remember something. It's just that you don't know how to write it out in sentence. So I write it down for you. You need to tell me your Raja Raja Melayu called the power. Again and again, I really encourage you guys to write it down. Because a lot of you try to read and you thought that you read already, you remember, but end up you cannot remember. Why? Not enough lah. So stop lying that. Don't listen to those people that, I read enough already. Don't read. You already tried this for the past few years and you fail. So stop. Don't just read. Write it down. Do your short notes. Next one, modern. Now for the modern, remember, it's about citizen today. So do you know why we suddenly talks about citizen? We also have rights. It's because we have the concept, we have the concept of negara bangsa. The country and the people. We emphasize on the people. Bangsa means people. That's why we talk about the human rights, the citizens' rights, hak rakyat, and our king is still continue leading the government, but they need to follow the law. That's why it's called Raja Perlembagaan. Sorry, I'll be squeezed there. I guess good. And when we talk about the undang-undang, you need to know that the undang-undang is it's very important. Got power. Everybody needs to follow the law. And you need to tell me everybody, including who? The government and the citizen terikat. Yes, the king, the government, not just the king. You see the differences here? Raja is only the king. Kerajaan means the Raja and Pembesar and everyone in the government. Anyone who serve in the government, you also need to follow the law. Bind with the law. Citizen also the same thing. And then you can tell me the tujuan why we have undang-undang, because to make sure it's peace, keamanan, stabil, makmur. Make sure it is what? Fairness, fair and justice. And when we talk about the international power, it's talking about recognition. That's the keyword, pengiktirafan. Okay, yes, you can say sebuah negara tidak boleh dicabuli oleh negara lain. You can write that. But for me, I will go for the easier one. I will say that they will receive the recognition so that people cannot cabuli. So that people will not bully you. And then remember, this recognition is not by yourself, it's from PBB. You can write short form in exam? Can, my dear. Can, boleh. In your textbook, they also write short form, so can. It's acceptable. Can write in exam. In SPM, if there is a short form, just go for short form. I guess good. Remember, you cannot recognize yourself. You need to be recognized by the United Nations. That's why we become part of the member. And this shows that we are Merdeka and Bertaraf. No, it's not one mark. It's berkuasa mutlak menguasai. It's considered together. That's why you see, together. Okay? I'm teaching you the way how I study, because I try to give you guys a lot of solution. Because there's different students, different study method here. So I'm just giving you some suggestion. You, according your own learning method, and then you adjust. I guess good. That's what I will practice. So everybody, if you are good, press 1. And we shall move on to the chiri. I guess good. In 3, 2, 1. The chiri actually very easy. Very direct and straightforward. So I will give you the keyword. And also the question is only 2 marks. So I don't want to waste the time to write everything down. I will only write the keywords. Example, when we talk about the country has the power, the first characteristic is what? What proof that our country has the power? When we have a government. We can manage our own government. We have the leadership. Correct? So, you need to tell me that the government, we have a stable politic. Oh my gosh. Okay, you're telling me point number 1, we have the stable politic. And then you need to tell me contoh. I give you 2 marks only. So this is what I will do. I will say that ciri-ciri pertama ialah this one. And then you can directly explain. You can say that the leadership, the government leadership is causing us have a stable politic. When we have a government, our politic is stable. Okay? Raja pemerintah tertinggi dibantu oleh pembesar can, but I will sure give the contoh. I will say Malaysia. Malaysia, we are a negara berdaulat mah. And then we have the government system, right? What is our government system? Everybody, what is our government system? What's the system we use? You learn this in your chapter 3 too. I purposely choose this point because I want to explain. Democracy per parliament only? We only have democracy? Oh no, guys. You need to mention that Malaysia, we are having the Raja Perlembagaan. That's why in your chapter 3, we talk about the Agong, the Sultan. Remember? Very long-winded chapter. And the democracy. Per parliament. Are you guys with me? Yep. Okay, good. Now, sempadan. So when we talk about government, it creates a stable politic. And Malaysia, we are this system. I want you guys to remember this keyword because it's repeated over and over again after that. Like in your chapter 3, and then chapter 5, 6. Yeah. Sempadan is border. So you need to tell me the meaning of sempadan. Maksud is what? It's a garis pemisah between the negara or negeri. Yes, it's a garis pemisah antara negara atau negeri. It can be, the borderline can be between the states. It can be between the countries. And you tell me, is it important to have the borderline? You can tell me the purpose. Why this one special got 4 marks? Wait, I didn't realize Oh. Okay. Because you can tell me the purpose, ma. The purpose got a lot. I also didn't realize it's got 4. That means we need to write a lot, lor. So for me, okay, guys, listen here. Sempadan here, you need to tell me the meaning itself. And then you need to tell me that this sempadan, can you simply draw on your own? Can you like, okay, I draw the line, okay, then declare that this is my area? No. Your sempadan must be what? Diakui. It must be recognized by the international society, which is PBB. And then you tell me all the tujuan. The purpose, yes, it's easier to manage. Easier to manage, we say memudahkan pentadbiran or pemerintahan. Cannot. And you can also say that it's easier to control the economy. Melicikkan pentadbiran, that's not the keyword, my dear. We use the word memudah in your textbook. No, I don't want. It's your textbook mentioned. So, yeah. And then you can say pembangunan ekonomi or develop the economy easier lor. Okay. The last one, undang-undang. So you can tell me the law is actually the foundation for the rules. Everybody, this one will be difficult. The law perundangan menjadi asas peraturan negara, becoming the foundation for the rules of our country. Can I give example of negara that got garis pemisah with our country? You can say that we share the same garis pemisah. We share the same border. Yeah, but the example of the country, right? You don't expect your teacher give you 1 country, 1 mark. No, that is the example. You only give 1. They will only give you 1 mark. So you give me a lot of countries, ultimately only get 1 mark. You can give. Sure, go ahead. I guess with me. Yeah, you can say that terdapat beberapa negara berkongsi sempadan dengan negara kita. Contohnya Thailand, Singapore, blah blah blah. But you don't expect your teacher give you each and every single country 1 mark. No, it doesn't work that way. Are you guys good? Continue here. The law is the foundation for us to create the rules. So meaning our peraturan is based on your school rules is based on the undang-undang negara to create it, okay? And then you tell me the purpose, why do we need to have law? Come on, why do we need to have law? To make sure it's justice. And then peace. Justice and peace. How about citizen? For law can write memudahkan pemerintahan. No, that's not the main thing. If we're talking about the law, if this is a very general statement, you know, it's too general. Again, you don't write your own answer. Follow back textbook. Because this is not your pendapat anda. If right now they're asking you why law is so important, then you can write melindungi rakyat, memudahkan pemerintahan. You need to mention that it's melindungi kesejahteraan rakyat. You with me? If it's a KEDA, then you can write whatever you want. You're not wrong. But if it's a textbook answer, you need to follow. Everybody continue here. Let's look at our rakyat. And when we talk about citizen, what do you write? Rakyat. Don't tell me orang yang tinggal di negara itu. We say penduduk lah. Penduduk. Those people who stay at there. And remember, as a citizen, they are bound to the law. And they need to follow it. Correct? Means you need to follow the law. Jangan main-main. So these are all the keywords here. Form the sentence. Penduduk sesebuah negara, correct? I see before some students say manusia di negara itu. I look at her, manusia. Then the girl was like, I cannot remember the word. So penduduk. Penduduk means you stay at there. You are the resident. You stay at there. Manusia can be anyone, you know. But citizen is like you stay there, you live at there. Yeah, you are the citizen there. Okay. Now, everybody, shall we look at the 1.3? Now, for 1.3, it's a bit difficult. So I will show you the answer directly, and I will not go through every single thing. I will only go through the B, donkey and E. I will show you the answer, and I understand some of you here, you're already tired. So screenshot lah later. Now, everybody, are you guys ready? In 3, 2, 1. Screenshot. Okay, done. Let's go. Okay, first 3 questions first. This is your page number 16. Again, if let's say you are super duper lazy person, you don't like to write or you don't like to do latihan, but I cannot really encourage you to really read the question and read the answer. You know why I always ask you guys to read latihan? Don't just read the notes, because the notes, right, it's like so dead. The notes is always the same thing. Fakta, kepentingan, blah, blah, blah. But you know your question are set by the teachers. Your teachers is not, your teacher are not robots, you know. They are human, they will change one. So look at the way the question asks you. The question is not just asking you, please give me the importance of kedaulatan in our country. If they ask you in a very general way, very easy lah. Then like the first question here, please give me all the kepentingan, then you just list out. If they want you to explain jelaskan, it's also very easy. You're telling me the first importance is we have our government, and then you start to explain. But what I worried the most is, what if your teacher changed the way she asks? Maybe your teacher asks in this way, terangkan kepentingan kedaulatan dalam menentukan bentuk sistem pentadbiran negara pada masa kini. Oh my God, what is this? In they are just simply asking you, what's the importance of kedaulatan when they comes to when they form the sistem pentadbiran negara? Can we just write the 4 main points with the Penanda Wacana? No, my dear, this is asking you about the government. This is asking you about the keberkesanan, pentadbiran. They want you to explain the politics saja. Are you guys with me? See, what I'm trying to show you here is your teachers, sometimes they change the way. They are not giving you the keywords. Sometimes they just give you open tabira and then you need to relate. Oh, when we have the kedaulatan, the importance is we able to manage the government effectively. And then you need to elaborate. How? So you say that kedaulatan is giving us the power, the freedom to plan our management tanpa campur tangan luar. Without the interruption of the outsiders. We can plan our policies because we have our own leaders. So here you get 1 mark, 2 marks. See, number 1, we have the freedom to manage our own government without interruption. Number 2, the policy. The policy for the leader. We can plan our policy. You know what policy means? Meaning our government's plan. We don't need to rely on British. We don't need to ask their permission. We can plan our own policy. We have our own leaders. And then our government right now is what? Persekutuan and negeri kerjasama together. We don't need to involve British or outsiders. And then we need to follow the law. We have our own rules and regulation when it comes to management. So these are the answer. 1, 2, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you guys good? Of course, you want to put Penanda Wacana, you can put. But it's different. Now, this one is talking about economy. They're asking you what's the relationship between the kemakmuran economy, why development, the prosperity of the economy is related to our kedaulatan. So you need to explain. The moment we have the kedaulatan, the power, we're able to do our own policy. Dasar kemakmuran economy. And we can do our own ways to memaju and meningkatkan taraf hidup rakyat. We can change the living standards, increase, improve, and develop the living standards of the citizen. And we can develop the economy through, melalui pertanian, perindustrian, perdagangan. Yes, you don't be shocked. This one is 3 marks there, correct, in your SPM. And the last one is about the social. How our kesejahteraan sosial dapat dicapai melalui kedaulatan. Why we able to achieve, the peace and harmony social. Why we able to achieve that with kedaulatan? Because again, we can do our policy on our own. Right now, our policy is focusing on citizen. Not like last time. Last time, British is focused themselves. Like your Japanese, your Form 4, they do all the social planning for themselves. But right now, we do this for the people. Demi kesejahteraan rakyat. So example, through education, our education system change. We want to make sure our generation is what? Berilmu dan berkemahiran. Is knowledgeable and skillful. And we start to introduce our own language, budaya, sukan, rukun negara. Why? Unity. Memupuk perasaan muhibah dan perpaduan. Muhibah means good relationship. Good relationship. Instead of just saying that, perasaan baik, like good friendship, good feeling, like in good terms. Instead of just saying, baik, bagus, harmony. Always repeated the same thing. So right now we teach you a new word, muhibah. I guess with me. So that's what I worried. your school teacher will ask things like that. And the last one, wait, let me adjust. The last one here is very unique. Why I say unique? The question is asking you about the relationship. Kedaulatan is very important to I mean, for when a country has kedaulatan, they can menjalinkan hubungan dengan negara lain mah. But they are not asking you like what's the importance of it. They are asking you how did we do that? How did our country have a relationship with another kingdom, another country? Number one, we plan policy. Penggubalan dasar law. And then number two, we need to decide what type of relationship we must create with that country. Is it like a diplomatic relationship or persahabatan? And number three, the method. We can make friends with them. Maybe we sign agreement with them, something serious, you know, political benefit, then we sign agreement, perjanjian. Or maybe it's like kerjasama, we work together. We collab together in certain project or certain event. That's how we connected hubungan luar dengan negara lain. I guess good. See how they ask you. Sometimes the question asks you in this way. And last one is the langkah-langkah. For those of you done already, I mean, you screenshot already, then you let me know. Is there any questions? Page 1, press 1. If you guys got a question, press 3. No question, we move on already lah. Everybody see the way how I form the sentence. Very simple one. Now, for those of you, maybe some of you, you feel a bit like overwhelmed. What you can do right now is you screenshot and quickly glance through the notes that are highlighted. If you see any Malay words you're not so sure, you feel confused, ask now. That's the thing you can do. Then the rest you read through. Okay? No question, then I move on for 1.4. 1.4, I will just go through A and B. For question A is just asking you to state the langkah-langkah. So the 4 langkah-langkah just now we mentioned, how do we strengthen our authority, our power, a stable politic and the developed economy, unity, patriotism, and pertahanan for answers. But what I said, remember I said, what I worry is they will ask you to give me based on peranan pemerintah. Pemerintah means leader. As a leader, what do they need to do? Then just now we mentioned, as a leader, they need to elakkan rasuah. As a leader, they need to make sure the government is well managed. As a leader, age sumber kekayaan yang adil. Make sure it's fair for every single race. The wealth distribution. And then the leader, they need to melaksanakan undang-undang. As a citizen, we need to be loyal. We need to support all the policies and the government's action. Okay? And we follow the law, of course. You see, they execute the law, we follow the law. As a leader, they execute. And as a citizen, we follow. And next thing is about the economy one. So citizen, we need to kerja sama with other people so that we're able to enjoy the wealth distribution together. Don't fight. We need to kerja sama, work together. So this is your 1.4. One of it. The rest, I want you guys to practice on your own. And if you do look closely, although it's only 2 marks question, but I give you 2 to 4 points. Why? Because I want to remind all of you, when you see there's a lot of points, you cannot memorize everything, stick with the rule. Remember I told you the rule. How many you memorize first? Minimum 2, maximum 4. Of course, you can choose the middle, minimum 3. Also can, up to you. But this is my rule. I tell myself, I cannot memorize everything. I cannot be Superman. It's okay. I cannot be 学霸. It's okay. You know, 学霸 means the smart ass people, you know. The one that always says, I didn't study one, but they always score high marks. They always score A+. And they tell me they didn't study. Oh my gosh. So very stressful, you know, last time when I'm high school that time. So I understand how you guys feel. So I tell myself, I did my best. Minimum 2, maximum 4. My goal is don't leave it blank. That is my goal back then when I study. No matter what subject, I tell myself, no matter it's AdMax, account or whatever, I need to fill in the blank. And it's with relevant answer, not random answer. Bukan tembak. Saya tembak ikut otak. Okay, saya guna saya punya otak to tembak one, not simply tembak. You tembak also you need to use your skill. That's why I say you need to learn the skill. Are you guys good? Now, if you guys are good, I would like to go back to the checklist and go through the chapter 2. I will tell you guys chapter 2. I will focus a few parts. And then I want to explain the KEDAULATAN question also. And we do like a few essays and we will close the seminar. We will end the session. Are you guys good? Another 30 more minutes, guys. Hang on there. So ask me question if you got any doubts. Anything? The rest of you, don't shy. So if you guys are okay, then we go back to the notes. Sorry, I want to make you guys exercise a bit. That's why I go front, back. So go back to your notes, page number 4, the colorful part there. This is your checklist for chapter 2. Also, chapter 2 is also very short. Yes, chapter 2 is talking about perlembagaan. See, just now we talk about kedaulatan. Kedaulatan is talking about the power, the greatest power, kuasa tertinggi. Now, perlembagaan is talking about after we merdeka, we got the undang-undang tertinggi. So the first question they will always ask you is, what is perlembagaan? What is perlembagaan persekutuan? Perlembagaan meaning undang tertinggi. Make sure you know. If you know, congratulations. The latar belakang is actually this one. So if you ask me, chapter 2.1, the most important question you need to master before you go for exam is actually the maksud, the meaning of federal law, and also the asas, pembentukan. Asas means foundation. What's the foundation? Meaning, what's the base? You know, like you learn mathematics, the base. What's the base number? What is the base of our law? Like when the leader created the law, when the leader write the law, what are the things they refer to? What is the foundation? What's the basic thing? The answer is what? Malay law and English law. We are a mix and match government. If you do notice just now when we talk about the system Raja per Perlembagaan and democracy per parliament, it clearly shows you that our government is a mix and match. Like McDonald's mix and match. Yeah, it's a mixture of traditional government and the modern government. And our law also same thing. Malay law mixed with British law. So these are the things that you need to remember for 2.1. And there's an extra question that I want you guys to take note is question number 4. Sometimes your school teacher will ask you, what are the undang-undang bertulis? You see why they mention undang-undang bertulis? Because they want to make sure you guys give the answer is book. Hey, listen. Undang-undang bertulis sebelum kedatangan British. Before British came to our country. What are the law? So don't tell me British law. Hey, not British law. So basically it's like before British came, what are we using the law? What is our local law here? Undang-undang Laut Melaka, correct. Hukum Kanun Melaka, correct. Melaka law is the basic one. You learn this in your Form 4 chapter 1. And then Melaka law influence Pahang. Hukum Kanun Pahang, correct. And then the Perak, Undang-Undang 99 Perak. Undang-Undang Johor, correct. All these answers. So sometimes your teacher will ask these random questions about the law. Okay. Now you see why your school teacher purposely emphasized the word bertulis is because we got 2 types of law in Malaysia. I mean, not just in Malaysia, like last time ever since from Malacca until right now we have 2 types of law. One is the written law. Written law means got buku record. So whatever I mentioned just now, Hukum Kanun Melaka, Undang-Undang 99 Perak, all those undang-undang got books recording one. But there's another law, it's called what, guys? Anyone wants to make a smart guess? since we talk about the law. There's another law is what? No record one, but it's a law. It's a rule that we need to follow. Verbal thing, almost there. No, Charter of Justice is a book record law. It's a written law. Non-written law is what? The customs law. Everybody. So just now some of you say it's a verbal thing. Yeah, it is a verbal thing. I will say it's more like a custom tradition thing. You know, there's no book. It's no book. There's no record telling you must do that, but everybody will do it. Example, in Malaysia, who will become the future king? What's the rule? Is it a prince or a princess in Malaysia? We will choose prince or princess, putera or puteri. You don't see puteri, right? So it is a law, it's adat temenggung. We follow adat temenggung that emphasizes on putera. And it is the eldest son. Always choose the eldest one, putera sulung. And then yes, the other one is adat papapate. Adat law is the non-written law. It is a law, and they practice over and over again. I mean, they will teach the younger generation, but there's no book record. So just now, some of you say verbal is a verbal law, like, you tell the young people. Yes, it's not wrong. But the law is called adat. Okay, but I just tell you guys. So in objective, we can say it's a culture, I would say it's a customs law. The proper term is custom. Related to culture lah. Okay? Don't worry, don't ask this in exam. It's just that sometimes objective, they will give you, oh my God. Sometimes objective, they will give you all these words. So be careful. What are the name of the undang-undang bertulis? Don't choose the word adat. Because adat is tidak bertulis. Remember that. Now, let's look at the second part. For the sejarah here, ayo. For 2.2, I personally think that is not important. I personally think that is not important, but it doesn't mean that your school teacher thinks so, okay? So let me tell you honestly, some teacher, they will ask. Some teacher, they ask a few only. Like they will ask you like, in 1957, how do we create the law? What's the law called? Some teacher, they ask 1957 only, or maybe 1948 only. 2 to 4 marks. But I personally think that, this one easy lah, not very important lah. I guess with me. So you read on your own, but I want to emphasize on this word, parliament. Parliament is the one that creates the law today in Malaysia. How do you describe the word create? Like they set the law. You guys know, right? Parliament is the one that set the law, right? So how do we describe it? Thank you so much. Thank you, Shivani and Isaac and Rovain. Yeah, correct. Very good. They are the one that creates and set the law. We use the word menggubal. Thank you, Lauren. How about other than setting up the law? What did they do? What else they do in the meeting? They also change the law, right? Like they will update the law, updated the law, right? So how do we describe that? What's the other word? You don't use the word menggubah. Pindaan, correct. Pindaan or memindah. So parliament, his job is to do things, to do two things. Menggubah undang-undang and memindah, or what you guys say, pindaan undang-undang. Pindaan means where there's some big changes in our government system or in our country, that our law will need to, also change. Yep. Okay, that's the two things that you need to remember lah. Then chiri-chiri, the chiri-chiri, of course, important, no? I told you we are mix and match government, so our law also mix and match. So you need to know, in our law, what are the characteristics that is under the traditional law? Yeah, do you know in our law we got mentioned about language? Do you know in our law it mentions that BM is our bahasa rasmi, and this is not something new. This is not like, because we Merdeka, we need to choose the language. No lah. Last time, ever since you're Malacca, we already mentioned BM is very important. So it's not something new. Remember, traditional is like from the past, your Malay kingdom, from the Malay kingdom there, they already pass it down. Okay, already practiced for a very long time. So we talk about like the Raja system, the kingdom system, Agama Islam, who is the leader, that in charge, you guys should know. And then the Malay people positions. Malay people positions and the Bumiputra. Bumiputra is referring to those local race at Sabah Sarawak there. As you guys know, Sabah Sarawak got a lot of local kaum bangsa. The local tribes, right? The tribes. Tuzu. Okay, and because they are two minorities, so they are not like us, or kaum Cina, kaum Melayu, kaum India. We are a bigger population. They are smaller. Their population is small. That's why they all combine together and known as Bumiputra. That is what we call Bumiputra. Okay. So everybody, that is the traditional one. Yeah, we mentioned all these 4 points. And modern is this 3. Modern, remember, is introduced by British. British bring this concept and culture in. That's why it included in our law, and it's modern law. So most of the time it's after during 19th centuries, after we merdeka, we started to apply this law. Example, the first thing is Persekutuan. Guys, do you know that Persekutuan, this concept, is introduced by British? Yeah, federal system is not from us. Hey, if it's from us, right, then your sejarah will be very easy to study. You don't need to study so many different states. You see why we got so many different, like, Perak got Perak law, Selangor got Selangor law, your sultan, my sultan, different sultan. Why we got so many sultan? You learn in your chapter 3. Why we study that? Because we are all separated back then. British is the one that came in, take over and combine. Yes, last time we all individual. Yeah, British is the one that combine, like and then S1, and then negeri-negeri Melayu bersekutu, negeri-negeri Melayu tidak bersekutu, and then your Malayan Union Persekutuan Tanah Melayu. Yeah, that is what we call federal concept, persekutuan concept. Are you with me, everybody? I hope you recall back all these things. Citizenship. Last time we don't have citizenship. British is the one that bring the Chinese, Indian in. Okay, last time, even though we got outsider in our Malay land, we don't really have this concept like citizenship. People come in, we do trading business, stay together. We don't really have like Kewarganegaraan, like the IC concept. But British is the one that bring in the concept. Yes. Before this, we have no taraf Kewarganegaraan yang sama, correct? Okay, now democracy parliament, no need to mention is them. Your British bring this concept in. Introduce the democracy system to us. And then like teaching us the pilihan raya concepts and everything. And the last one, pindaan. Oh, the change of the law. Okay, so when we talk about the change of the law, we have 2 types of pindaan. One is 1963 and 1965. Can you guys tell me what's the differences between these two? 1963, because of Singapore, you are almost there, my dear, not just Singapore, but because of Malaysia was formed. And we have 3 as the new member. 3S is including who? Singapore, Sarawak, and Sabah. So I say new member lah. That's why we have 3 changes there. In 1963, these are the 3 things that we upgraded. Like we add in in our law. Remember, in 1957, we already merdeka, West Malaysia. So we have the foundation. We know we have the law and everything. But in 1963, we formed Malaysia. New member joined us. New member has no law. That's why we need to change, edit. So everybody, can you see the first question here? Apakah asas pembentukan perlembagaan 1963? What's the foundation to form 1963 law? The answer is what? The law from who? In 1963, our Malaysian law is actually based on the 1957 law. Everybody, I guess good. Are you with me? The foundation Meaning, what do we base on? The base to create the 1963 law, the Malaysia law, is actually we based on the 1957, the Merdeka law. But we add something new. So these are the changes. That's the reason why you see the word pindaan, the changes. We add something new. So these are the 3 new things here. Later, we will go through it one by one. This is something very difficult. A lot of people, they're always confused with it. I will emphasize that later. Number 2, in 1965, we added the law again. Can everybody tell me why 1965 we changed the law again? Only one student give me the answer. How about the rest? You've forgotten? Our new member joined us and then there's one member leave. Yes, your Singapore is out. Hey. Your Singapura out. That's the reason why the Pindaan 1965 is also known as Pindaan Singapura. Singapore out. That's why we need to add it again. That's your chapter 2. Very simple. I loved it. I love this chapter. Very easy. Like short, simple. Okay? But before we go to the latihan, just a quick one. I want to emphasize on the KEBAK question. I believe a lot of you already know this. But I just want to give you guys like a reminder. Maybe some of you, your school teacher did not mention. So I just want to remind you all, your KEBAK question has a new type of question. Not really new format lah, like a new type. Jenis baharu. Faham tak? As you can see, normally the KEBAK question is like pada pandangan anda, blah, 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 all those things. The very general question one. And then you guys also know that, they will give you some paragraph and this and that. Yes, it's true. But now the latest version is they will give you a puisi. Last year, the student told me it's puisi. You know puisi, poem. Macam like lyrics. The lyric. Means like puisi pantun. That is the latest one. So always remember, they give you any information, paragraph, diagram, or poster. As long as the information they give you, you need to write it out. I know you guys will say, teacher, how? A bit susah, I don't understand. You guys got do rumusan kan? Your BM got do rumusan ma? Rumusan is like what? Summary ma? So same thing. You read the paragraph and you see what the question is telling you. Yes, you take the points. I know you guys will say, but teacher, I'm not sure with my points. Don't care. If you think that is a point, write it down. You give me extra point, also can. Example like this question here. Let me show you the paragraph on top. They want you to explain the information from the paragraph. It's about the importance of the law. Wow, this is so good. They give you the information some more. The importance of law. Why law so important? Find the points from the above. Easy, right? But sometimes if the question did not tell you what you need to find, then you agak-agak lah on your own. Okay? Do rumusan. Now, this is the first question. The second question is asking you, please give me the suggestion to make sure our young people, they will follow the law. They will practice the law, follow the law. So this is the second question. So guys, this one is from the information up there. This one is really like a KEBAK question. So you see, the maklumat is talking about what? You need to get the answer from the information, from the paragraph, from the poster, or whatever it is, the information they give you, just get the answer from there. And if you do notice, I giving you everything. Menjujur means that you follow the instruction. You want the exact meaning, you go and search the dictionary. Now listen here, everybody. A lot of times, students, they will tell me, so teacher, this KEBAK question got 8 marks only ma. And then they ask me 2 questions. So can I give 4 information from the paragraph and then 4 cara? Kau team settle. Can? Can. You give me 4, can. But sometimes, the answer that you copy from the information paragraph, sometimes is the wrong information, the wrong answer. It's not the correct answer. So can I encourage you guys? If you see the paragraph here or the information they gave you, got more than 4 answers. Example like this question here got 6 answers. Can you write all? Yes. Please copy everything down. Really, guys, copy everything down. If let's say you found 8, copy everything down. Copy saja. Copy. Free one. Copy. And then you tell me, teacher, then the chara I give how many? Oh, here got so many answers already. Can I encourage you? Again, 2 to 4. 2 to 4 points. 4 will be the safe. 2 is the minimum. You cannot deduct anymore. 2 is the minimum. 4 is the safe. The safest amount. Are you guys with me? You know why I'm telling you this? Because this is the SPM marking scheme. You look at the answer. I don't care about the 4 marks, 1 mark. I don't care about that because I assuming you guys, you want to score high marks. You need to learn the scale, how to score full marks. You see, 8 marks question, 8 marks answer. You want to score full marks, your answer must be complete. Now, what does it mean complete? Complete sentence. Don't write short form. Don't write point form. So whatever you see just now, here is not the answer. You cannot write like this, and you cannot put dash, dash, dash. That's why your writing skill is so important. It must be in paragraph. It must be complete sentence. Number 2, you can give me 4 information, 4 kesan, just like what the typical student, they will always tell me lah. 4, that will be the ideal. But you know, sometimes you give me the wrong information ma. So I will encourage you, you see, if you give me more information, like you give me all the maklumat 6, and all of it you correct. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah? Like you give me all the answers here from the paragraph. You give me all, and all is correct. Everything is correct. You will get 6 marks straight. And then for the KEBA answer here, you give me 2 to 4 points, I will give you straight away 8 marks full. This is SPM guideline. I know some of you, your school teacher say, I want like that, like that, like that, like that. Yes, then you follow your school teacher. But for those of you, your school teacher did not mention at all, I will really recommend you to do this. Wait, teacher advised us to take 4 points from the paragraph, and we should give 4 points for the second question. We can do like that. Yeah, can, my dear. And then you see, the SPM marker also mentioned 4 maklumat, 4 kesan. So what your teacher teaches is correct. But I just want to encourage you, the paragraph one, you just copy paste only Just copy everything. Okay? Everybody, can you please focus here? I know some of you, you want to leave, you can leave now. Okay? If you want to go for your picnic or whatever, you can leave now. But I just want to let you guys know, this is the format here. Okay? Is there any questions? I just want to let you guys know lah. So everybody, if you guys have no question, I'm going to move on. I'm going to move on to the latihan. I just want to do the 2.3 and 2.4. Okay? I just want to do the 2.3 and 2.4. Are you guys good? Is there anyone here not sure with the KBAT thing? Don't worry, you still follow back your school teacher format. I'm just giving you some idea on the SPM marking scheme. What I mentioned just now is not my method, it's the marking scheme. So I want to give you guys some hope. For those of the students who didn't score like full marks one, you haven't scored full marks before, then this is the time lah. Okay? So
hello, ma'am. I want to help. I want to help.
So everybody, can we focus here? Can we follow here? By the way, if you feel like leaving early, you can leave. You don't need to continue staying in my class if you feel uncomfortable. Just want to let you know. Okay? Because it's a bit disrespectful if you talk, some random stuff in my class. I hope you understand before I remove you out from my class. Just to let you know. Thank you. Now, the rest of you come, let's continue look at the
Ma'am, I'm not a
So let's continue here. Let's look at the
Ma'am,
question.
I'm not understand, ma'am. Please,
If you want to ask question, can I encourage you to type in the chat box? Thank you.
ma'am, I don't know how to type.
Let's continue here. Now, let's look at page number 20.
Ma'am, I'm sorry, ma'am.
Sorry, you are asking for what?
Ma'am, I need help in my 4.5 exercise of math.
I'm not tutor math. I'm not your math tutor. I'm Sejarah tutor. I think you entered to the wrong
Ma'am,
class. Can you go
ma'am,
back to the main
you are
page? Can you go back
you
to the
are a
main
teacher.
page right now? Go back to the
Ma'am, I
main
need
page there
help,
and
ma'am.
you join the mathematics class. Thank you. Come, let's continue here. I'm teaching Sejarah right now. You want the
Okay, ma'am.
maths tutor, you want the math advice, please go to the maths class. Thank you. If continue like this, I'm going to remove you from my class. Sorry.
Bye, bye, ma'am. Bye, 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 bye.
Sorry, guys. It's so rude, the student. Okay. So come, let's look at here. Let's go at part B here. This is page number 20. Page number 20 here. Perlembagaan negara kita mempunyai keunikan yang tersendiri kerana mempunyai elemen ciri traditional and modern. Okay? Now you see, they're telling you our law has element traditional and modern. Wow. So basically, they want you to explain traditional and modern, both. Are you with me? So, but I would say sometimes your school teacher don't ask like this. This one is like this one is like they asking you to explain everything. Sometimes the question very direct one. Okay? So if the question asking you to explain Chile traditional, then just traditional. If the question did not mention anything, then you can explain both. Like for this one, they asking you to explain everything, then everything. And guys, listen, when they ask you to explain everything, walao, so easy. You give me any answers here. You don't need to give me all the answers. You just give me any
Ma'am,
answers
can
here.
I give
You
any
can
answer?
still get
Any answer?
full
Can I
marks here.
answer?
Let's look at this. So Chile traditional total, we have 4. 1, 2, 3,
Ma'am, what
4.
is traditional?
Let me, guys, give me 1 minute. I'll be back very fast. Give me 1 minute. I'm trying to log my meeting, but I can't. It's okay. Let's continue. Don't waste time already. I know it's almost end. Now, let me continue here. When we talk about the Chile traditional, we total have 4. So you list out the 4 Chile traditional, you will get 4 marks already. So when we talk about the Raja system here, now when we talk about the Chile traditional Raja system here, you need to tell me that the king is having full power. Can you see that? You're telling me Sultan, pemerintah berdaulat dan berkuasa penuh. So these
I
are
am
the
a hacker.
keywords. These are the keywords here. Okay, everybody? Can you see that? Sorry, a bit distracting. So can you see, you can see, I explained that in the past, we already have the king. And in the past, the king is having full power. So you need to tell me it's full power. And then today we continue. Today we continue this Raja concept after we merdeka. Today we still continue the Raja concept and it's disesuaikan dengan konsep demokrasi. Disesuaikan means adapt with the democracy system. So this is how you should explain. Of course, if you look at your textbook, there's a lot more huraian, but I choose these two. So I mentioned that the king, in the past, they have a lot of power, full power, but now they need to adapt.
Ma'am, I am here for the last time. Please, I'm sorry.
So let's look at the Islam. Now, let's look at the Islam Chiri here. I know you can just attend the class. You don't need to open your mic. Thank you.
I am going. Sorry, ma'am. Sorry. I am going, ma'am. Sorry.
So now let's look at the Islam Chiri traditional yang kedua Islam. Now you can see, you can explain that in the
Ma'am,
past.
I
In the past, your
I'm
king,
sorry, ma'am.
they don't need any advice
Ma'am,
from
I'm sorry.
the British officer to control the Islam.
Hello, ma'am.
They
Ma'am,
don't
I'm
need
sorry, ma'am.
any advice from the British officer to control the Islam. Meaning the king can control the Islam activity, the prayers, okay, the rites and the tradition. The king can control three things. Are you with me? They don't need the advice. And even after we merdeka, the king still continue in charge of Islam. That's why your sultan is ketua agama Islam. Everybody, are you guys following? Sorry for the thing here. But everybody, you can understand. Can Now let's continue to look at the Malay. Now I told you already, in the Malacca era, during Malacca era, Malay is the bahasa ilmu dan lingua franca. Bahasa ilmu and lingua franca. You know what is bahasa ilmu? Ilmu means knowledge. Lingua franca means common use language. Lingua franca means common use language. Like bahasa komunikasi, yep. Yeah. Yes, it's called bahasa komunikasi. But I don't recommend you guys to change the Malay word. Okay, lingua franca, common use language. So in the past, BM is very important already during Malacca era. And after we merdeka, you can see bahasa kebangsaan and bahasa rasmi. Malay is bahasa kebangsaan and bahasa rasmi. Bahasa rasmi means what? Official language. That's why today you see all your ceremony in the school, the form you fill up, everything is Malay in bahasa. Because in the law, it says that BM is a official language. And then bahasa kebangsaan is our national language. So people, when overseas people travel to Malaysia, like, you know, orang luar negara, when they travel to Malaysia, they will always say the word apa khabar. Okay, so don't be for the Chinese student, don't be so offended like, hey, I also Chinese, I can speak Chinese. It is very normal because people know that our national language means every single citizen, we know how to speak BM. So people will always speak BM to us. It's our national language. Okay, so you see, in the past until today, BM is still very important and it's recorded in the law. That's what we call Chiri traditional. Traditional means from the past till now, we're still practicing the same thing. It's just that the way we do it is a bit different. Are you guys with me? The last one is about the Malay people rights. You see, in the past, sebelum merdeka, all these orang Melayu special rights, the local people special rights is actually under the king and the ketua beribumi. Ketua beribumi means their tribe leader, their group leader, 族长. So like orang Iban, they got the Iban leader ma, Tuai Ruma. So ketua beribumi means the tribe leader, the group leader. And they need to protect their rights. That is back then. You see, there's a leader protect their rights. But after we merdeka, we also continue have the leader to protect their rights. But now the leader changed to Agong. Because the government system is different. Last time it's like we are all individual separated. That's why we need our own leader to protect the citizens' rights. But today, we are all combined together as a country, Malaysia. So Agong is the one. Okay, and if you look closely, everybody, Agong protects the kedudukan istimewa orang Melayu dan bumi putra Sabah Sarawak and also kepentingan sah kaum lain. Because this is after merdeka. After merdeka, Chinese, Indian, and other Sabah Sarawak local race, everybody is under the guardian of Agong. This is the Chiri traditional. Everybody, you good? And the last one here is Chiri modern. Now, Chiri modern, I use another highlighter here. Chiri modern, we only got 3, like what we mentioned just now, federal government. So you need to say that based on the law, we start to have a federal government. Okay? And you can see, after we form Malaysia, even though we are all combined as a federal government, but Sabah, Sarawak still have their own autonomy law. What is autonomy? Sorry, not autonomy law, it's autonomy rights. Means they have their own rights to control their own state government. Autonomy rights is a power. But certain issue, not everything. Sabah Sarawak, they have their own power to control certain things. That's what we call quasi-autonomy. So you see, even though this is the concept of persekutuan in your chapter 4 we mentioned before, although we all combine together, but federal government and state government is like different. Federal government, the power, and the state government, the power is different. Somehow it's different. Okay? Now the modern, ciri-ciri modern yang kedua is kewarganegaraan. As I said, before this, before we merdeka, there's no such thing called kewarganegaraan yang sama. Okay? It's like we don't have, and we don't have the similar citizenship. Even like before merdeka, the British introduced a citizenship. Chinese and Indian, we need to apply. Right? We need to apply, like follow certain rules. But today, after we merdeka, after we form Malaysia, we have the same citizenship. We all having the same IC. Unless you are like got special condition, then different IC lah. But or else you're born in Malaysia, you follow the rules and everything, you automatically will get the same IC. Are you guys with me? So you see, before this is referring to before merdeka, when we are still under British bring out this concept one ma. So Chinese and India, we need to apply. Remember in your Form 4 syllabus, Chapter 5, we need to apply. Certain condition we need to hit. Now, the last one, the ciri modern yang ketiga is sistem demokrasi berparlimen. Sistem demokrasi berparlimen, the democracy system is introduced by British, and therefore they introduce us pilihan raya. And pilihan raya is very important. It gives us the freedom to choose the leader and to form the government. To choose the leader and form the government. So this is all the urayan here. Are you guys okay with this one? Okay. So scary. Just like handshaking, you know. Oh my God, so weird, all these people. Just now you guys attend other classes got this student. Scary, eh? So sus. Okay, one last thing before you go. Yo. Now, one last thing before you go, I will say this one. I would like to focus on page number 21. I would like to focus on CDE. CDE only. CDE only, guys. Macam not student like that. Don't know lah. It's normal lah. Free seminar is like that one. Macam people will come in. It's okay. But thank God that he left already. Yeah, I keep removing him. I cannot lock the meeting, guys. Okay, but anyways, last one before you go. I just want to emphasize these 3 parts here. Okay, it's about the 1963 law. Okay, as you all know, 1963, before because we formed Malaysia, so we got new member join us, so we need to change the law. So what are the 3 things that we change? What are the things that we change? You know, what are the things that we add in our Perlembagaan? Number 1, in 1963, the first thing that we change is we talk about structure Mahkamah Atasan. Number 2, pembentukan Mahkamah Tinggi Borneo. And number 3, jawatan yang di-Pertuan Negeri. Now let me explain. The very simple one is the third one. Just remember like this. In 1963, Singapore, Sabah, Sarawak, they joined us. You need to understand that West Malaysia, we already have the law. And we already merdeka for 5 years. So we very chill and steady already. We know what to do already. But the new member, they are kelang kabut, they tatau. So that's why they need the law to like telling them, okay, when you join Malaysia, you need to have a state government leader. But do they have king? Singapore, Sabah, Sarawak, do they have king? So they have no king. That's why they need to introduce this new position to them. We need to introduce this new position to them using the law. It's called jawatan yang di-Pertuan Negeri. Ketua Negeri. State government leader. Are you guys with me? This one, everybody, you clear? Make sure you understand this part first. You understand this one already? Then we move on to this 2. This 2 is the one that students always get confused. They are like, teacher, they always ask me, why Mahkamah Atasan and then why Mahkamah Tinggi? What's the differences? The differences is very big, okay? It's 2 different things. One is talking about the structure. Another one is talking about the type of Mahkamah Tinggi Borneo. Are you guys with me? What is the structure? Structure means what? In Malaysia, when we talk about court, when we talk about mahkamah, we have 3 types of court. Mahkamah atasan, what we call the high class court, the one that settled the serious case. And then the mahkamah bawahan is the normal case. Like, you know, a person, a couple, they want to divorce, they want to fight for money, they sue each other, something, for affair or whatever lah, or for business issue. Okay, that one is the normal case. Then it's lower court, mahkamah bawahan. And then there's an additional court. The additional court is for the royal members and for the military cases. So these are the structure. Structure you can remember as category. We have 3 types of category. So right now, because we've got new member join us, so
Very nice.
we update. We update again. Okay? So yeah. Now, let's quickly end this. Now, Mahkamah Tinggi Borneo, let's look at this one here. So, Mahkamah Atasan. So, you see, Mahkamah Atasan, the question donkey here is asking you, what is the Mahkamah Atasan? So, you need to tell me right now, because got new member join us. So, the Mahkamah Atasan is known as Mahkamah Persekutuan. New member join us, so the format, the system, the format is changed. So, right now, it's not just calling Mahkamah Atasan, so boring. We got a new name called Mahkamah Persekutuan. You need to mention this, you get 1 mark. And the Mahkamah Atasan, okay, this Mahkamah Persekutuan got 3 levels. Because right now Malaysia is getting bigger. Takkan all the cases kumpul di 1 mahkamah. So we will break down into Persekutuan, Sabah, Sarawak, and Singapore. We got 3 levels. The other mahkamah plays a role as a representative for a royal member. That one is Mahkamah khas. You will learn this in chapter 3. We gonna show you the picture. But that one is another one. So right now you focus the Mahkamah Persekutuan. Remember, in the beginning we call Mahkamah Atasan, but because new member join us, we give them a new name. It's called Mahkamah Persekutuan. And then, because right now our country getting bigger, so we will break down, to three parts. Because takkan all the cases kumpul ma. So we break down into 3 parts. And you need to know, normally the high court, what we call Mahkamah Atasan, is normally handling those important cases. Example, mendengar mana-mana persoalan perlembagaan, pertikaian, kerajaan negeri dan kerajaan persekutuan. Settle all these important issues. Example, like the law issues. Like, is there anything about our perlembagaan? Is there any loopholes in our law? Federal government and the state government, they have conflict. Serious issue, government issue, so they need to settle at the high court. Now, what is Mahkamah Tinggi Borneo? Mahkamah Tinggi Borneo means the Borneo court. It's like to settle the court cases happen at Borneo area law, which is Sabah Sarawak. So Mahkamah Tinggi Borneo, their job is to what? Mengurus soal kehakiman di Sabah Sarawak. 1 mark. And then we have this position, this Ketua Hakim Borneo exists. After that, they changed the name. They changed the name, become Ketua Hakim Sabah Sarawak. That's the elaboration for the court. That's the elaboration for the court. I guess good? Yes, what is soal kehakiman? Means the court issues. Means the court issues. Soal means soalan. Kehakiman means any issues that related to the law. Court case issue, the law issues. Yep. So very, very general lah. It's a very general answer, but it's just that when you memorize, you will find it very difficult. I scared you guys confused, so that's why I emphasize this. Are you guys good with this one? Okay, that's the last part here. I'm going to end soon, guys. Thank you for staying up until now and stay together with me. Okay, the rest of you, I guess, good? Okay, thank you so much, guys. Bye-bye. God bless you all. Bye-bye. Take care. Bye-bye. Welcome. Bye-bye.